welcome to Games from Folktales, a podcast that mixes historical research and tabletop role-playing settings. I'm your host, Timothy Ferguson. This week we return to Mythic Cheshire for 3 Viz sources. The Moston Dragon. I wanted to write up the Moston Dragon as a monster of the month, but the folklore surrounding it's not detailed enough to extend it past a variation on the generic statistics given in Realms of Power Ferry. It's suitable for a single combat encounter. The creature's lair was at Dragon's Lake. It had 3 layers of fangs, 6 claws on each foot, and had a tail strong enough to crush a bear. As dragons go, this one was on the smaller but fiercer side. A local nobleman weakened it by showering it with arrows and then finished it off with his sword. It was a scaled dragon, but these are usually sufficiently armoured that arrows are little trouble for them, so in this case you could argue that it had a low soak score. The belief expressed in Woods that this was the final dragon in England can of course be ignored. One variant of the story I saw from Tom and Sue Hughes, 2 local folklorists, indicated that Mottram's population lived by harvesting marvellous apples from a field that the dragon took possession of. The apples were as large as a human head and particularly flavourful. This may be a modern evolution of the story, I haven't seen it anywhere else, but it works as a Viz source regardless. The hunting of the wren. You may have seen a similar tradition to this elsewhere in the British Isles. On St. Stephen's Day, young men kill a wren, dress in motley, then tour about asking for money to bury the wren. As a personal aside, I've previously been told that the Jenny wren was a sort of pagan survival in Cornwall, perhaps as a celebration of the Queen of Birds, which would make this a Rego or Aurum Viz source. The wren becomes the king of birds, the story says, when the birds agree that whoever can fly the highest will be their ruler. When the eagle reaches his apogee, the wren, who had hidden in the eagle's feathers, took off and flew slightly higher. I have been told this is a Cornish story, but I suspect it's Irish. That's likely not the approach we're seeing here in Chester. Some Christians believe that wrens would tell the hiding place of Christians to Viking raiders. This could imply that wrens house infernal spirits or dark fairies. This could explain why it's bad luck for the men if you don't give them alms as they are seeking a penny for the wren. Actually, it's probably not a penny in 1220. It's bad luck for them to bury the wren on your doorstep. In Irish stories, there's also a spirit who can take the form of a wren who lures men away so that they drown. She's the queen of the banshees. I can't quite remember the region of Ireland she's from. It may be a related story given the relative proximity of Chester and Ireland, but let's not use it for this particular one because I haven't seen a Cheshire repetition of the idea. Statistics for those first 2 will appear on the blog that accompanies the podcast in the next couple of days, but this last one's too small for that sort of thing. There's a note in one of the sources I'm using, Cheshire Folklore by Woods. Speedwells, when you cut them, cause thunder, which makes them an Aurum Viz source. I'm not sure the underlying symbolism there. The speedwells that I know best are Veronica longiflora, which are tall spikes coated in a cone of purple flowers. There are other cultivars around. I'm not sure what the wild colour was. I presume that Cheshire speedwells are a little less glamorous because the Veronica family is a very wide range of plants. So if you pick a speedwell of virtue, it presumably is an Aurum Viz source and causes thunder. Your saga may vary.